Sky win their season opening game against the Minnesota Lynx. It was a little bit of a tough start there, a little bit sloppy basketball happening there, but the team ended up coming together with big contributions from Kalia Copper and many others. Me, Stevo, we're going to get into it, break it all down right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
All right, Stevo. So this was a game in which first game of the whole team basically being together, aside Isabel Harrison, who's out with the injury, is going to be missing some time. Leah Copper leads the way with 20 points in this game. We get big contributions from Elizabeth Williams, who has 6 rebounds in this game. Morgan Birch with 6 points, but coming off the bench, Elena Smith and Rebecca Gardner with 15 and 10 points respectively. In the game, this game really turned when Rebecca Gardner got into the game for the first time. Just the defense, the offense, turning great defense into easy offense. We saw all that happen. What was your biggest takeaway coming from this game?
That what you said, because I kind of said it in the last postseason game. I said I feel like this defense is going to be the driving force for our offense 9 times out of 10, majority of the nights, and we see how it was going. They was trying to do a little bit too much in the first quarter. They was a little bit rattled. Things wasn't smooth. Wasn't comfortable in their sets, and then once Rebecca got out there, got a couple steals, they got off to the races. Everything in the half court started to come together. They started off ball moving. They started moving the ball. Great plays by our coach, calling off actions and everything. I saw a lot of actions for Clea Copper tonight, so it wasn't just her going 1-on-1 pick and roll straight down the middle. So I like to see that a lot.
Yeah, I think once they started getting in the groove offensively, that 3-point shot, they went 9 and 24 in this game. They had periods where they were shooting the ball pretty well, but that defense, right, the way that they were getting after the loose balls, the block shots in this game, the Sky had 8 block shots in this game. They had 14 steals. When the Sky do those type of things, get out in transition, this is going to be a dangerous team to watch. Now, 2 players in here that we expect to be big parts of the offense didn't have good nights. Marina Mabry, who this was her first game back, didn't play any in the preseason, goes 2 of 9. Courtney Williams goes 2 of 8 in this game from them. Now, they both do have contributions defensively, so it's not like they didn't contribute anything. But what do you think about those 2 players' offensive game and how they can better get in rhythm going forward?
Yeah, I think it was just like I said, I seen most of the struggles tonight from them in the half court game. It was just a lot of shots that I feel like that maybe some was rushed, and it just some of them just didn't fall. And it's the first game. Both his which have been playing a lot of off ball, especially Marina. She's literally probably not just weeks away from just playing competitive basketball overseas. So, your shot comes and goes sometimes, especially when you go from playing somewhere else with a certain role and then come into another role trying to fit into something else. So I'm not too worried. Yeah, they struggled a little bit. I feel like they just need to calm down. Like I said, James Wade ran some good. Like out of all the players he ran specific plays for, it was pretty much Kalia, and everybody else was okay. Smith got off for what she did, but it was just a lot of movement. She was at the right place at the right time, and she just moved. And I think he just need to call once he get used to them, their tendencies, practicing with them and all, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll come along. James Wade coached a good game today, and I think when your team's still obviously trying to fill each other out, find their spots, especially when Marina Mabry's your starting point guard. She hasn't played with any of these guys so these ladies so it makes sense. And I feel like he simplified the offense to basically just a read and react offense where everybody's reacting off what Kalia Copper does, and if she's able to get penetration, get out in transition, everybody else was kind of doing their things, and it made sense. But I'll tell you what, Elena Smith impressed me. So for her to be out of the WNBA, not being able to find a role, comes to this Chicago Sky team. She goes 5 of 5 from the field in this game, 3 of 3 from 3-point range, but also chipping in 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 3 blocks. She filled the stat sheet tonight. But if you watch the game, and this is always the thing that I say, like, you'll never get the full game from the box score. How she operated in space, how she used her body to kind of box out, even if she didn't get the rebound. She made a huge impact on this game, and one that I don't know if everybody's gonna fully understand, because of course all eyes on Kalia Copper, and it makes sense. But Elena Smith did so much good things off the ball today that I'm really excited to have her on the team. She
Yeah.
came in and filled that Ema Mieseman role right away.
Yeah, and I feel like she was even more like reactive and active compared to Ema Misa. She was. Well, I know people don't like to hear the motor term in basketball, but she has the motor. She's everywhere, and when I mean everywhere, when the ball is in the vicinity, she's there somehow. If the ball is a long rebound, she's going to find a way to tip it out. If she's not already getting it, so yeah, the way she activates in space, I did not know she could move the way she did. She can move. She has great footwork for.
Yeah.
So it's something she's definitely worked on. So yeah, that's another person I was definitely impressed with. She should have got game ball tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, her and Morgan Birch both, especially since now they're filling in that forward role, that power forward role with Isabel Harrison being out. They just seem to be smart basketball players. And Morgan Birch, who came in on a training camp deal, ends up starting this game. Like I said, doesn't have the impact that she did, for example, in the last preseason game. But I still like a lot what she did as well. Like everybody's trying to find their role, and Birch had. I guarantee she had no idea she'd end up a day one starter on a WNBA team, much less be in the WNBA because James Wade had to go out and recruit her. But I like our forward position. Yeah, we got some concerns there, but at least tonight I overall like the way they played. And one player that I can't go without saying, Elizabeth Williams.
I was just about to say
Hey, bro, I'm gonna say this. And I don't really like comparing the women's game to men's game because I think it oversimplifies it. But she is going to play a Joakim Noah type role on this team.
I was saying, okay, Joakim with Lizebo.
Yeah, like because you can tell that with the defense, our pick and roll defense on switches was almost Chicago Bulls terrible. It was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't no like it's certain sports it was on points, but
they got it together towards the back half of the game. But when they didn't get it together, Elizabeth Williams saved so many easy buckets at the rim, but just using her body correctly. It was
okay. I get what you're saying. I feel like it was pretty much like it was pretty tight when it came to rotation on the perimeter. Yes. Yeah, but once it came to the rim, like they said, we was missing Izzy tonight. They knew she wasn't in, and they attacked that hole as much as they could. But we did. Like I said, Elizabeth, that was the girl I was most impressed with today. I know it was probably shocking to you. I don't know, not shocking to you, but to me, I didn't know what she really was. Like I knew she was a good defender, but like she's super active in the offensive game as well.
Yeah, and she's smart on rotation. She's smart on how to not foul, but make sure she gets her body into people and make them change and alter their shots. She doesn't always get the block, but sometimes that's just as important is to force the other team to alter their shots and get them off balance. And Elizabeth Williams did that great, playing 29 minutes in this game. She's our only true center other than Sika Kone, who we just signed, who didn't play in this game. But the only true center on this roster, and you absolutely felt that in the way that she's going to be used in this system. And she really is going to save the bacon of a lot of players as well if they get beat off the dribble, because you can get past our guards. But hey, if you got Elizabeth Williams looking there waiting for you in the middle, you may try to pull up for a mid-range instead of taking it to the hole, and that's where the Chicago Sky I think are going to excel at this season. So
I'm hoping it could change, but like as long as Maryberry is on the floor, I think Elizabeth should be on the same time, because I feel like it was her that everybody was pretty much cool, but she just don't have the lateral quickness that's good. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, a player that me and you both are very, very high on, and she hasn't really gotten a chance to open her bag completely, is Dana Evans. Didn't shoot the ball well at all. 1 for 7 in this game. Ends up only playing 16 minutes. Now, I'm not really as worried about her falling out of the rotation. If you remember last season, I think she played like 25 games in the first game last season, and then couldn't find minutes after that. I'm not really worried because she's one of the only guards off the bench, so she's going to get a chance to work herself out of it. But how concerned are you? At least for this first game, she started off pretty slow
here. Yeah, like it's the first game. Like when it's the first game, I'm never going to be super worried. Like that's just really what it is. I can't get too high or too low off one game. Especially with game we won. So I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, I feel that. I think that, like you said, like we both said, they're still filling each other out. They're still trying to get a feel of like how they're going to fit together, right? And we have a lot of dogs on this team. And I like yeah, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And I think we'll see more things go through Dana Evans as she goes through that role. But hey, I'll tell you what, bro. I know where this is a Sky show, but we gotta talk about the other team as well. Diamond Miller, man. When I tell you that she started off this game looking like it was about to be a long night for the Chicago Sky, she cooled off, but you can see every bit of that skill that she has, man.
Bro, one thing about her, I was screaming at the TV like, bro, do not give her no type of space where she can start.
That first
It's
step is
over with.
dangerous.
It's
Yeah,
over with because every time we give her any type of inch that she got to the hole at will. Like that's one player. Like, and the fact that she's long, she's there in 2 steps.
yeah.
So that's the even crazier part. She got long limbs. She bro. Like, and that's another thing I want to get the key on to the defense of James Wade. He stopped a lot of that pick and roll stuff. It wasn't
Yeah.
happening. Especially, I was really intrigued to see how he's gonna stop Davin Miller and what's the one? Godly. She went off last game. Mitchell. Mitchell. I was
Oh,
I was hoping she was not gonna go off because, like I said, she's one of my favorite players on that team. So,
yeah.
yeah, Davin Miller, like she was. She's definitely like we predicted. She's gonna be one of
She's
those
gonna be a
players.
monster.
She's
She's
gonna be
gonna be a
one of
monster.
those instant day affect the game, possibly rookie of the year, all star type of rookies.
Absolutely. And then when you look at the defense, the Minnesota Lynx in this game shot 33% overall from the field, 25% from 3-point range, 85% from free throw range. They had 20 turnovers in this game.
Bro,
Hey, listen, we got after him. And that's how this Sky team is going to have to play this season. One of the things that we were one of the most efficient offenses and defenses last season. And that came from continuity. I know that's a word in Chicago we don't want to hear, but that came from the continuity of this team. And I do think looking at this team, they're going to be a highly efficient offense when you can tell just kind of how they get to their spots. But that defense, I tell you what, we may be a more scary defensive team than what we were the year we won the title.
yeah, for sure. Like I honestly see a higher ceiling in our defense compared to our championship team because like we just have the athletes
Yeah,
compared to
it's
what we
true.
had. Like, yeah, they was just, let's be honest, we had a older team. And
Yeah,
their years of playing the greatest defense just wasn't there. Yeah, they was great because of the savviness and great coaching, and they were still great enough to do things. But this team has the dog. They got the dog, more dog in them. They're more athletic. The lateral equipment around this team is way better. They're longer. So yeah, the defense I feel like is gonna be real scary, and I feel like that's the number one thing why we was in the top 5 in the ranking.
yeah, that's true. And I think too, when you look at the fact that we have a lot of like you said, long players here, we can be very like we saw Marina Mabry, for example, switch on Collier in this game, and that's a point guard to power forward switch there, and she stayed with her the whole time using her link. Like I really do. Like the defensive capability of this team. Like I said earlier
Yeah,
in the game, they absolutely got caught in some mismatches and some switches out of position. But when they get in that rhythm, this is going to be one of those teams that you can try to switch on all you want. It's about to be tough on
they're gonna
teams in
be
the
right
long
there
run.
for the
Yeah,
most
they're going to
part.
be right in their
That's the
face.
one thing we gonna be annoying. That's
Yeah,
and that's one team. That's the most dangerous teams that people don't expect much, but they're annoying. They always gonna be in the game. So and like I said, like as far as I've seen of what we've seen with this team, it don't take them that long to turn it around.
yeah,
Like
it's true.
and that's one thing I like to see. Like we say in Chicago, it takes a while for us to get back in the rhythm. And once we done, we done. Once we out, we out of rhythm. So I've seen it multiple times in this game where we slowly dropped off of our rhythm. We got it right back. So and that's really clarity to Kalia and Gardner tonight for sure,
Yeah,
and
and
Elizabeth.
and for those that don't know and didn't realize this, we held them to only scoring 3 points in the second quarter. Bro, that's I don't care what the
That's
leaks.
elite.
That's elite defense. You can get a team to score 3 points in a quarter. That's going to be tough to overlook. But let's go ahead and get into some of these comments and see how you guys are feeling about the Sky's first game. First up, we got the general in the building. Says Sky defense was smothering a lot of deflections and block shots.
Smothered
Absolutely. I
chicken,
really I
bro.
really wish they tracked deflections like on the stat because
Bro.
it felt like we had about 20 deflections in this game.
Oh, for sure. We was like everybody was everywhere. Like it was almost sad because it reminded me of Lonzo and them. I was like, this
Oh,
hurts.
that's you know what? That is a very good comparison
Like
to this.
that's
That's
what it felt
crazy.
like. That's what
Yeah,
really what it felt like. To me. I was like, man, this feel like Lonzo Caruso out there. They was getting out of transition. Like, man,
yeah. And the ball movement in transition too. That's one thing we didn't
yes,
talk about. The way that Courtney Williams, like she must have a set of eyes in the back of her head. She made a pass to I think it was Morgan Birch in this for a wide open lay, and it was just like because she was looking the other way. She did the no look, but it was right on point. Like the
yeah.
passing on the team is going to be bananas.
Yeah, and Murrayberry, she dropped a dime. She came off the right side
Yeah.
elbow and just dropped a whole touch pass right on the money layup. I was
Yeah,
like, bro,
Mabry is going to be, and that's one of the things is that the questions coming into this were with her taking over the starting point guard from Sluty was like, okay, is she going to be able to pass like Sluty? She's been a
I
scorer
mean,
primarily in her career,
but
but
yeah,
she's even talked about it. She has that facilitating gene in her. She just hasn't been on teams where she has this much firepower. I'm telling you guys, watch. It's going to take about 5, 6 games, but watch. I guarantee you, by game 10, she's going to know where these players like to get the ball at. We about to see some beautiful
yeah,
basketball.
because I remember when we first got him, he wasn't like extremely like he was like I know her, but like you didn't know much of her. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
it's a lot to a game that we ain't know, and the playmaking was one of those things. And like I said, like of course nobody's gonna be like Courtney. Like in
Yeah.
the women's game, there is like she's like top 3 that
She's
I've
a
ever
legend
seen.
for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like one of the greatest passers. I've said it multiple times. She's the Chris Paul of the WNBA. Like she's nasty with it,
Yeah.
like bro. But yeah, Mayberry is so she could play, and that's why I feel like some of her scheme was like geared towards tonight. That's why she wasn't really scoring as much, is because she's
Mhm.
really just trying to play make as well. Like I feel like Wade's putting a key emphasis on all the guards to really play make it because Gardner was out there playmaking as well.
Yeah. Listen, Rebecca Gardner, I'm telling you right now,
That's
6th
my
woman
favorite.
of the
I gotta
year
get a jersey.
conversation. Oh,
She one of my favorite.
her cop. That's the only her cop. That's the only two right now. Like, don't get me wrong. I love a lot of players on this team, but if
Yeah.
I'm buying a Sky jersey, it's going to be one of those two right now because
I
yeah,
liked her straight through the door. So
yeah,
the first game, I was like, "Who is that?" I like her. Like
yeah, knows how
she's
to
one of
impact
those
the game.
immediately.
For sure. Brandon Neljet as well says Elena Smith and Rebecca Gardner are a great duo off the bench. It's about to be nasty. That's all I can. Scary hours is what it's about to be. That's for sure. Alyssa B with the heart. Shout out to you for joining the chat. Luminara. I think that's how you pronounce it. Straight up pack of dogs. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about to be this team's about to be in teams' faces. They finna know when they play the Sky. Jet as well. Courtney Williams also knows when to pick her spots, and she's developing good chemistry with Copper. Mabry definitely looked rusty, but she will get it together. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is there on looking rusty. It's the start of the season. We know she's not going to look like that going in. But I tell you what, Courtney Williams, one thing that I saw from her, the scoring didn't come along. Great point in picking her spots. We saw that in the preseason. But I tell you what, she always is around loose balls. Like there were times where she came out of frame, and I was just like, I didn't even know you were in position to
I ain't even
try
know
to
you was in a
affect that.
game.
Yeah, like it's crazy. It's
But
crazy.
shout out to Marina because I don't think we need to put enough emphasis. Like, bro, like she's being a starting point guard, and she literally just learned and just played a whole season with a completely different other team. And then you
Yeah, in a
telling her she
completely
got to
different league.
come in and learn somebody else.
Yeah. Hey, shout out. Hey, the
Like,
greats do it. The
like
greats doing everything we gave up for. It's like we hope that it's gonna be worth it. But listen, she got skills. That's what it comes
yeah.
down to. Luminara as well says Newen stated Big Willie going to be top tier block machine in the league. You're definitely looking like it's going to be on point with that as of right now. I have no arguments against that at all.
None at all. They was definitely getting after it.
Yeah, pack of ballers, no set roles. Everyone can fit each other on the court and on a game-to-game
That's a
nightly
good
basis.
point.
That is a great point. And when you look at like moving to positionless basketball, we got the roster to be that. So
Yeah, because I'm definitely seeing Gardner starting to go. He can put them in the fours and let her do her thing, put in the fours and shit. So like, yeah, I like it.
yeah, no Rebecca Parks in this game. Are you surprised to not see her in this game at all? No.
I mean, the way we was rolling and the fact that he did put it in early, like one thing I know about James Wade, if he didn't put you in early and it's a run going, he not gonna mess up that.
That's true. That's true. That's true. He's not Billy Donovan out there, so there's a
Ooh.
benefit with that. But only going 9 deep so far. Now, last season, and I hate to keep comparing it. I'm as we go forward, I'm not going to keep comparing this team to last because this is a very different team. But we very often played almost all 12 of our players. Do you think that we're going to have a shorter rotation this year, or do you think we may extend that rotation as they build that chemistry throughout the season?
Yeah, I think he gonna have to. He it's gonna be. I think he's gonna go through experiment time, like a couple games where he experiment. Because he broke some people, and he still said, "I'm looking at the waiver wire. I'm still
Yeah,
looking." So
yeah.
like, I'm think he's if he can find a way to fit you in, he will.
Hey, you just got to be ready, right? And
Yeah.
that's James Wade. He's not afraid to go deep. He's not afraid to mix up the rotations if they're not quite getting a combination. To your point, if they're getting what they want, he's not going to mix it up. He's not going to
Yep.
affect the hot hand. If they're not getting what they want, he's not going to be afraid to mix
He
it up.
will
You got to
take
stay
you
ready
out.
to get in the game. Oh,
He
that's for
will
sure.
take you out.
That's 100% sure. Last comment, Brendan L. Jet says the team will get better with time, and as people settle into their roles, I still wonder how Harrison would have impacted this lineup. I mean, when you look at Harrison, it's what kind of like with Elizabeth Williams, like doesn't always get a lot of blocks, but she knows how to use her body and her length to try to deter shooters. And I also think her ability to stretch the floor some would have definitely been used at points in this game. It sucks, especially that it's a meniscus. You know, meniscus doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the full season. So
Yeah.
we could see her sometimes with meniscus, depending on what they did there. We still don't know the details. It could
Yeah.
be a 6 to 10 week joint, and she's back now. WNBA season is a lot shorter. 6 to 10 weeks is going to put you out for about half the season, but she can still make a cut, especially if the Sky do make the playoffs. She can be back ready to go for a playoff run if the Sky prepared for one.
Facts. And just to touch on the impact part, I think her impact probably would have been in majority in. We wouldn't have struggled that much in all half court game because she would have got on that low block
Oh, for sure,
and even picked and pop.
Yeah, and that elbow jumper
Yep.
she got is nasty.
That's automatic. That's her. That's her shot.
Yeah, for sure. Luminar says, do you think it's going to be usual for Ka? Got to get murdered in order to get whistles? She could have had a few more for, yeah, I think so. It's her first year of everything going through her.
Yeah.
Not that the league doesn't respect her as a star in this league, but keep in mind, she's going from that to try to go to superstar status. She's going to have to fight.
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
the thing.
Yeah, she's going to, and keep in mind too, all respect to Ka. She's not a flopper, right? She finishes through contact. She doesn't do all the fake flailing her arms to try to get a call, and sometimes that helps to get a call. Ka doesn't do that. Ka tries to go through you, and because of that, she may not get the calls that she deserves sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes he just be going too fast. I think they be missing it. Like they be like, "God damn!" I don't know if that was a foul. So go ahead. But yeah, like I said, she's in that stage where she's starting to enter that real respect factor. The people over the league are starting to know her name. So once she this the season where I feel like she's by the time after All-Star break, she's gonna get them calls for sure.
That's a fact. That's a fact. BL Jet, I think the refs missed a few calls, but that and when she got early in the first was a change. Hey, that changed the momentum of the game. That changed the momentum of the game. So yeah, I mean, Kai's a monster, man. Like, and I'm so happy for her to be in this position to have a team that James Wade really rebuilt on the fly, but built around her skill set because it's all meant to maximize what Kai does good. And we saw that when this team didn't quite have the rhythm that he wanted, it all went through Kai, and we saw that worked. Her ability to get to the rim almost at will, and her ability to stretch the floor with her shooting. All you have to do is stay ready. And if they get out in fast break and play defense, everybody's going to get an opportunity to eat. That's what's beautiful about this team.
Yep, simple as that. Like I said, and it like once again, it ain't got nothing on these NBA refs. So
Yeah, that's
I could take a game like this. This wasn't nothing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But Steve-O, man, anything left, man, before we go?
Hey man, prayers out to Izzy. We miss you. But hey, I'm just ready to see some more basketball. I was excited. That was a lot. That was good to see. I'm a defensive guy, so this is the type of games I love. So I just want to see more for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're back Sunday, so we got 2 days. We at Phoenix on Sunday at 4:00. That game's actually on ESPN. On top of that,
Thank you.
so yeah, good. We get a nationally televised. Matter of fact, our next two, Phoenix and against Washington. Washington's on the Ion though, so I don't know if that's considered nationally televised. But hey, that's our home opener too. So
wow. Okay,
yeah.
I'll take it though.
Yeah, I'll take that. And I hate it. Like we have a game airing on May 30th on Tuesday that it's airing on Twitter. I really wish the WNBA moves on from that, man. But
why you telling me you can't get a contract with nobody?
We're airing on Twitter live right now, so basically we on the same level. But yeah, we'll talk about that another day. We got games coming, man. It's about to be fun season. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. This is going to be the #1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Live streams, near daily episodes, but make sure you guys tune in for that. Follow Stevo at Stevo Speaks. You can follow me at CEO Haize. You can follow the show at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform. But we out of here. We love you guys, man. We'll see you guys next time we go to Skytown. Peace, y'all.